everyone. Here we are live from the Swing States newsroom, and there, of course, is your favorite correspondent, the chosen one, Addy Ads.
Hey, George.
Tom's going to update us on those missing documents, those Bob Ulinski missing documents that somehow just went missing. And then there's Dave down under with the Wonder Dog. Maybe we're going to get Bo to sniff out those missing documents.
He's looking for documents today.
But first, we're going to give all the folks at CNN what they've been asking for 3 years. You can see that this is a jury demand for a trial for the cable news network. And now comes George Webb Swigert.
This is United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, Southern Division at Detroit. George Webb Swigert, the plaintiff, versus Cable News Network, the defendant.
Yep. So it's 20 pages, but I had a chance to write out 175 points here for our friends. And basically, this is really not about me. It's really about CNN attacking citizen journalism. I just happen to be the guy who kind of maybe coined that whole genre, and I was the first one out. And so this is 42 months of continuous defamatory activity. So I don't want to talk too much about that because we have so much news going, but we're going to be filing that in our favorite Detroit. So you can read that. We'll post that, right, Addy?
Yep, I'll mirror this on my channel. I'm actually set up in the other room, just getting some admin chores done. So we're just going live on George's channel right now, and I will mirror this.
And now Tom has a great story about them losing like socks, like the one sock in the dryer, that we've lost. We've lost the Bob Ulinski, the big guy, all that evidence. What's going on?
Well, I mean, anybody that's been following the news, realizes that these, from what I understand, Tucker Carlson was out in LA area, I believe, in a hotel interviewing Bob Ulinski, and his people back in New York sent the documents, the original documents, out to him out in LA, and they evaporated and they didn't show up. And it was with a major carrier. Nobody's saying who, but we can only guess. And anyway, moral of the story is, if you didn't hear, the documents hadn't been found. They did a major, what would you call it? A major look, see where they're dropped off, where they're picked up, everything. I mean, went through the garbage and everything to see if it just happened to get thrown away. Looked through all the trucks. They went crazy.
Maybe Bo, the Wonder Dog, the couple dog.
Say, we need to get Burwell from American Youth. She's the master of going through the garbage looking for missing evidence with the old
Vince Foster.
With the Vince Foster. So we do have some characters that are not afraid to do a dumpster dive.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Key positions.
So the moral of the story is they looked back and through the whole chain of all the stuff, all the airplanes, all the everything, and as far as I hadn't heard, they haven't found them yet, and they just evaporated. There were copies made. That's the good news. But of course, the original documents, original's always the best, probably. And really, that's about all I know about that. And the truth is, there could have been more of a development on this morning. I haven't had checked lately, so this is maybe old news, but some people haven't heard it.
Yeah,
I'm actually not familiar with it. So this is the Bob Ulinski. So this is different than Hunter's laptops that were going to that went to the computer store that then Giuliani got that was then sent. It's a separate issue, separate devices.
Okay, and actual paperwork. It was actual paperwork in an envelope. Nothing was found of it, and they just cannot find it anywhere. I mean, empty envelope, any of it. They were looking for everything.
I saw Rudy had some of the memos.
They really tried.
Rudy had some of the memos that he did a 30-minute shtick on. So he was going through the, here's the Mr. Big Guy, Mr. Big Guy, Mr. Big Guy over the years, saying this is Mr. Big. I remember a guy talking about a deal with China Nuclear Group with Blackberries in May of 2017, right when he was meeting the big guy. Maybe I met with Mr. Biden Blackberry about a week later. Who knows if it was the Bob Ulinski folks or it was the Biden folks trying to wall off all the Hillary stuff from them.
So was this all on a private bathroom server? Is that partly why it went missing, or did it have a different storage facility this time? I feel like I can never keep track of my missing information. I didn't know if the hammer was smashing it or if it was bleach bit that was washing away the evidence, but it just
the Datto server in the rack.
The Datto. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know all the rules of allowing evidence in court, or like having responsibility for safeguarding
chain of custody.
evidence,
Yeah.
chain of custody,
Yeah.
having a legal system that we believe in. The systems are in place to protect the innocent, the guilty, everyone involved. I mean, this is the building blocks of our system, and the fact that these groups, that gone missing on the side of a milk carton is just like not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
It seems like there's 2 Blackberries and 1 Apple, right? 1 iPhone. It seems like they don't want to show the Blackberries. Why don't they just show the Blackberries? And why would you take an image of them and just publish them out? I'm going to do that with the lawsuit, with the CNN lawsuit. I'm going to take the file, and Addy's going to publish it out. We could give it to all the different outlets to publish.
You can get on Scribd today, George.
We're going to throw it on Scribd, or however you say Scribd, or, whatever. We'll do both. So I love that. But here it is. We're going to go through the whole thing, and it's 175 points, and it's $50 million in damages, which I think is a little light, to be honest with you. And then to me, but then $100 million in damages for punitive damages, which I think is way light. What the irreparable damage CNN's done should probably be in the billions when you think about it. The whole Trump thing. If Trump wants to send a message, he should get behind this lawsuit to really send a message. What's new in your world, Addy?
Well, I actually have been, like I said, doing some admin stuff. Got some new channels coming, I hear? I just created a Rumble. It's called Rumble Video that we've been talking about here over the past day or so. And there's a referral link on my channel if people want to sign up for that. That's not a huge priority right now. If you had to pick one or the other, I'd suggest Brand YouTube. That's the place where we're established right now, and we're in touch with the creators over there. But Rumble is allowing monetization in a way that I don't see other video platforms doing. There's also another one called Utah Gun Exchange, kind of an interesting video platform. I guess their story is they were making gun videos on YouTube. YouTube banned a lot of the gun guys and gals, and so they made their own website called Utah Gun Exchange, or videos.utahgunexchange.com. So that's another one I am toying around with and experimenting. I also want to update my BitChute as well. We are at a bit of I like to call it an internet sewage deficit here with the upload speed, but we're working with it. And we are going to improve our internet upload speed pretty soon here, according to the Super Jew, Mr. Aaron Adler. He's the guy in charge of that stuff. So we're going to do that soon. So that's what I've been doing, George, and I'm going to do that the rest of the day. And I'll probably get a neighborhood news channel going on Rumble and BitChute too, because I don't think we have either of those.
Exactly. Yes, and I also think we are doing another channel on YouTube called Brand New Studio.
Okay.
Brand New Studio.
Neighborhood News Studio.
Excuse me, Neighborhood News Studio.
Andy, did you make that one already?
Yeah, and we also got an account on Twitch we started with Neighborhood News.
Okay, so Andy just said that Neighborhood News Studio is already up and running, and I am going to do the same on Rumble and BitChute.
But Neighborhood News Studio is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube right now.
And Neighborhood News Hour is on Twitch. Okay,
Twitch, yep. And then you can go on Brand YouTube for mine, and then Neighborhood News Hour, which is actually also under George Webb's name too. I'm subscribed to George on there as well.
Hey, do we have all the old videos up there, Andy? And you be the Andy interpreter, the Andy whisperer here. Do we have we have some of the old videos, none of the old videos? Andy, if I go to Neighborhood News Studio, what will I see there?
I'm uploading videos currently. So.
Okay.
So they're going up today. It does take some time to get the stuff uploaded, as you may know. Just an example, George's 4,000 videos he did, to re-upload those would take probably months, if not weeks, to do that, depending on your internet speed. So probably 3 or 4 weeks, I would estimate, for 4,000 videos. So it does take time, people, when you get asked to re-establish yourself.
And we're going to do damages. Right. And absolutely. And we're going to, it's mentioned in the film or in the lawsuit, and we're going to do everything after Bobulinski. So in order to make it easy for you, because this Bobulinski confirms so much of what we've been talking about, I don't need to cover that ground. Bobulinski with the Blackberries, with Hunter Biden, with China nuclear, it's all confirmed now. So we don't have to re-plow that ground. We'll just take it from where Bobulinski left off in our videos. Right. So any last thoughts, David?
Yeah, I have just, getting, thinking about the lawsuit, I'm obviously very interested in the history of media companies, what their origins are. It seems like they all sparked from, RCA with their kind of OSS history. So when we get into these issues where, the free press is supposed to, educate the public so they can make good decisions, it seems like with these, Operation Mockingbird, with Smith-Mudd Act, with, a lot of these characters, I was looking at articles about, James Clapper being hired by CNN using his security clearances. So you get into very muddy water about, are they legally required to tell the truth? Are they legally required to inform the public? Do they have a clearance that shields them from doing that? Does a journalist like Donnie have a security that we don't know about, so he's able to produce things or make claims that maybe aren't supported by fact? So these are all the issues we're thinking about. This is our purpose is to give a voice to the people, the regular people that don't have security clearances, that are not involved in these things, that just want to understand what our elected officials and what other influential citizens that are, involved in these deals, how that all works. And it just seems like, these media companies, started off, with the World War I, with the radio, and the Navy took control of the radio from then. Did they ever give it back? Has our entire lifetime of media been a collaboration with the intelligence services and with the publishers? So this is a big topic that we're getting into here. So they need to be ready for us.
Zucker is jumping ship, or at least he's trying to, according to Tom. So Jeff Zucker, Zionist.
Is he trying to get away from this?
CNN head.
You wonder.
He's scared. George has him on the run.
His history was at NBC Universal, which is, General Electric, Rockefeller Center. So, these legacies, we're looking into them, and we're going to figure out who everybody is, where they all come from. So, the idea that they can just stand behind, we're a respected journalist is not going to fly.
This is the Public Bureau of Investigation.
We're shining light on everybody, high beams.
Two things one that you cued in my mind was, one is state actor, are the YouTube lawsuit by the Q guys.
Is he an American citizen?
Well,
is he required in America? Right. I mean, these are all the things.
Is Donnie O'Sullivan?
Yeah, is he an Irish citizen? Is he an American?
I think it's a citizen of Ireland, but he went to school in Ireland and then came to the United States. So maybe he does. But let me just finish the state actor idea. So the Q guys are saying that they're acting as a state actor. What you were just saying, which was, there's such a thin line between these intelligence agencies and the media companies. Right from their very first days, the first three television companies were all OSS guys. Yeah. So is that really, are they acting as a state actor? And they can do things like choosing speech that they like and punishing speech that they don't like, based on state action. And that's a big deal. State action is a big deal.
What is national security? How do you define what is national security? Because that's what they hide behind for everything, is that it's a national security interest. We have to protect the people. Right. But if in a scenario where they're protecting criminal behavior, that's not national security anymore. And that now the people investigating that, now they're the national security risk. That's not correct. I mean, I think that the people can see through that. It's very transparent what's going on here, and we're gonna expose it and show it.
Yeah, national security is a selective term that they redefine according to their own needs. I mean, you have Andy McCabe on late night television talking ill of his boss, the leader of our country, and the president, and getting applauded for it. And that's just grossly unprofessional.
And also Biden's brother talking about plausible deniability in his dealings, which, even saying that word, it suggests that you're trying to hide from something that's not, above board ethical, that you wouldn't want to, let people know about under normal terms, that you're, trying to get away with something. So even using the term plausible deniability, the Glomar principle of the CIA, I mean, those are all things we're going to look at. And I just don't feel like the majority of people, when they understand the tactics that are being used, I don't think they're going to accept them.
We've been fooled for a long time, folks, but no more.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is why they came down on us so hard with the network news model or the neighborhood news model. And they immediately announced two neighborhood news models, competing neighborhood news models from Facebook and YouTube. Is like, hey, this neighborhood news thing, not just our idea here, but if it did catch fire, then it would say, hey, this is a viable alternative to CNN. This is a viable alternative. There's more cross-checking, there's more corroboration, there's more open source research, there's all these things that everything's in open, it's cheaper. It doesn't answer to corporate elites, it doesn't answer to pharmaceutical companies, etc. Then what is this a better model? And what better way, like you say, than if they see the wave coming, hey, let's go ahead and infiltrate it and put the seed capital out there so this thing doesn't get growing in somebody else's garden. That's the idea.
So posting this today, I'm going to share it. I'll mirror this on all my channels as well. Swigert versus CNN.
Yeah, George Webb Swigert versus CNN. And everybody wonders, why are you using Webb? Well, it's a lot easier to say George Webb than George Webb Swigert. You wouldn't have wanted me to say that for 3 years. So that's the wrap here. We're going to be going to Detroit. We'll show you the stamps. We'll show you the court case number when that goes in. And it's a great day for network journal and network news. It's a great day for citizen journalism. And last thoughts, guys, before we go.
Just splitting our forces today, like General Lee at Battle of Chancellorsville. George is going out in the field, going to Detroit. I'll be home doing admin, homework stuff.
Does that make me Stonewall? Then Stonewall. Yeah.
It doesn't make
if you're the
okay. Stewart, though, you can be on the cavalry riding around.
Yeah.
Just all the women everywhere.
Well, that was Maryland, though, right? So so here we go. Yeah, there's got to be a good battle in Michigan and Ohio. I guess the Battle of Toledo. Yeah.
Battle of Toledo, Michigan-Ohio War.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts, guys, on the Bobulinski thing?
I think the bottom line is that we're here to be the fourth branch of government to inform the public and give news to people so that people have a freedom of press and have it mean something. Not just have it be where you just have to trust the person that you see in the highly produced studio where you don't really know their background or if they're what their motives are for why they choose the news stories that they cover. I think with the whole Trump election, looking into the Crossfire hurricane, looking into the impeachment, the different, activities that were going on as far as spying on Trump and all those things. They're all, we've seen that the intelligence services were selectively leaking information strategically. We've built a timeline where all this stuff happens, where we can show when, this action happened, where they were supporting it with a disseminated news story and how, those are illegal actions by people that are in trusted positions. They're
coordinating
in
some cases with CNN.
Absolutely.
So I wonder after the Roger Stone raid, if that guy wasn't leaking me false information, so I'd misreported.
But can't just say Russian disinformation. End of the day, you're a big problem if you don't accept that. I think the people that have been following this is, we've experienced this over 4 years. Everybody has heard, that the Russia interference is the answer to all of our problems, and it's not. It's over and over and again. It's been proven that the Russian interference, and I know Donnie is the expert in Russian trolls.
Chief proponent.
He knows
the 14-year-old.
The 14-year-old. But he never talks about the retreats, and he doesn't talk about the spy girls. He leaves so much good material. So how he can claim expertise in the trolls, and he doesn't even talk about the bikini contest.
But the 14-year-old that did the CNN logo being body slammed. Donnie called that kid a Russian agent. So here you go. So Tom, you got something?
Update, yes. All right. Here it says so to speak, the mystery's been solved. On Thursday, United Parcel Service (UPS) confirmed that it did indeed lose and then find the package in question. Carson said the only copy of the papers which he claimed had been added to claims about Biden's son Hunter had been lost. And anyway, they said that they had received from a confidential source a collection of confidential documents related to the Biden family. We believe those are authentic and they're real and they're damning. We texted the producer in New York, asked him to send those documents to LA. He shipped the documents overnight to California through a large national carrier brand, is what he said at the first, now to be known as UPS. What an endorsement for FedEx, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
And,
oops. UPS. Oops.
I'm still missing the TV, USPS. I got a 50 that's floating around there somewhere.
I have to give a shout out to Mark Kulak too. He's covering the history of Microsoft and the missing computers that were lost on the train. I feel like the gone missing story is not new, and these key devices and the history of all of our IT stuff. The gone missing story, they love it. And we're not,
I like that. The gone missing
We're
story.
going to fact check it all. We're going to double check to make sure that, we're not just, being told that, stuff is gone and, move along to the next thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So continuing that, UPS then says, after an extensive search, we have been found the contents of the package and are arranging for its return. UPS always has our focus first on our customers, of course, and we'll never stop working to solve the issues and make things right. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of the story there. Sorry that it was damaged. The package was opened. I think that's interesting. When they found it, apparently.
See what I think there is you
you
can chain of custody. You can now, as a defense lawyer, say, well, anything could have been put in there. This chain of custody, this is a problem here. So that's interesting right there.
Yeah, it is. So at least we got a little update on that.
I mean, it doesn't change the court of public opinion, but it does provide a out for the attorney saying, hey, chain of custody is broken. It's inadmissible. Don't even let the jury hear this. So this is more deep state machinations here.
Tricks.
It's a bag of tricks here.
We're going to shine light on the bags of tricks. So,
bags of tricks.
Yeah, they're not that great of tricks, honestly, when you really understand what they are.
Okay, thanks all. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Attican, the chosen one. Thank you, Andy, for redoing the channel, Neighborhood News Studio, and creating the Rumble accounts. We'll see. What are you pointing to?
I'm pointing at Andy's head.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't in line with me. And I was like, you're pointing at McDuff. You know, did McDuff do something? Is that news today?
Right.
So, and here's the FJ helping us with the lawsuit yesterday as far as the YouTube one. So this one was easy with CNN. I did this one myself. I've been through this cycle with CNN so many times.
Shout out to Farmer Jones. I think you're a dick too, Farmer Jones. So right back at you. No, I'm just kidding. We love you.
Is that what he said?
Just with CNN though, with doing the Trump assessment, didn't they have wasn't Rudy Bakhtiari, isn't he CNN, the guy that was supposed to be doing the interview when they were
Rudy Bakhtiari's a woman, I thought.
Oh, I don't know who she is. I thought that was
she was doing the assessment. Yeah, they went to a hotel.
Was she CNN in the DuPont Circle? So that's a CNN. Was that
all CNN operation?
Operation.
Yeah. Dave makes a good point here that it's sort of like Wikistrat, what Joel Zamel was offering up emails. They were located directly above the CNN offices.
Was it the Flynn intelligence group that was running that operation?
They were the ones being offered. They were the ones being offered the assessment. So
hot off the press.
Hot off the press. You're here to see it live. There it is. And we're going to be taking this to the Eastern District of Michigan. And a lot of people got on me and they said, file in Ohio. You're from Ohio. You've spent a lot of time recently in Ohio. And I'm going to file it right here from the Neighborhood News Hour so everybody knows where we are. I'm not filing this for me. I'm filing this for all of us here physically, but then all of us here collectively, including the people that are portrayed here on the monitors. And next stop, Eastern District of Detroit. And you've been there. You used to deliver a lot of lawsuits there. Right?
I have, and then my mom was actually a court watcher for the famous Kwame Kilpatrick trial that happened in the Eastern District, or the Eastern District of Michigan Court, which was the mayor of Detroit with the
all the scandals. There were so many scandals. Drugs.
I mean, it was
Conyers scandals.
Yeah,
we don't want to take anybody through those right now.
We don't want to go through it all,
deep.
But I did have an internship where I was doing court filings, and so I was down in Wayne County, and mostly at the the circuit court at the city county building, but I also had some federal filings, so I have been there, and I've told George that our famous Coney Island matchup between Lafayette and American Coney Island is right across the street. It's kind of a landmark in Detroit. Yep. So we'll give him the full Motown experience.
Yeah. And sorry for all the Buckeyes that wanted me to file in Ohio.
Oh, well.
We're going to do Michiganders because that's where I'm going to be spending a lot of time. And that's the hub of where I've been spending the time recently. You can register to vote on the day of in Michigan. So I wonder if Gretchen will have the buses all warmed up from here in Ohio,
or Indiana. Come over from Windsor, maybe,
or Canadians, what
shows
Canadian geese might vote in this thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? So there you have it. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you all tomorrow for another update from the Swing State Newsroom here in beautiful and the our great website for all the breaking information as we get taken down at different places. Just stay with NN Hour, HOUR, like hour on a clock. And that will bring you always the links to the latest and greatest. Thanks.